But right now, we have a Lincoln student in the studio right now. She is advancing the legacy. She's also a queen, literally, of the class of 2013. Miss Paige Mitchell, she just published her first book titled Secret Shadows. What's up, Paige?
Hi, Danielle. How are you doing today?
Good, how are you?
Paige.
Hi, Toya.
So, Paige, you wrote a book.
Yes.
So, this process, how was the process of writing this book? Was it hard? Was it a story out of a journal, a diary?
I wouldn't say that it was hard, but I wouldn't say that it was easy either. It was a process that took a while, probably like around a year, I would say. The concepts of getting the book together, writing it, getting all the literature, and fixing the grammar and things like that.
That's pretty quick, though. I think that's pretty good.
The book actually isn't that long. It's only 14 chapters. It's a quick read, something that you could finish in a day or two.
But you wrote it, though.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
What inspired
And I'm excited
you to write
about it.
Right. What inspired you to write the book?
I've been aspired to write since the age of 10. I started writing short stories and poetry when my mom bought me a diary. Instead of being the normal girl writing stories about things that's happening in school and things like that, I decided to write stories about just put my imagination to use and just write stories about anything, being a girl in school, family, fun, things like that. And it's just been something that I'm passionate about for a long time, and I just wanted to publish a book before I got done at Lincoln, so that's all.
That's great. That's great.
What's up.
So what is this book about? Secret Shadows.
Secret Shadows is, like I said, another book of how I put my imagination to use. It's a fiction novel, and it's about this girl named Candace Mitchell and this girl named Sarah Gramblin, and they grew up in this small town called Clearview Heights. And it's one of those small towns where everyone knows everyone. If you don't know me personally, I know your first and last name.
Yeah.
Something similar to Lincoln, how we all know each other. And long story short, Sarah Gramblin, her and her mother moved in town when her mother and father had a divorce. They moved in town from Michigan. Sarah Gramblin was one of those kids that stayed to herself, didn't have many friends, didn't talk to anyone. She was much of a loner. And then Candace always tried to reach out to her and be her friend, but Sarah really didn't want to be bothered with anyone. And they lived right next door to each other. And one morning, Sarah was found dead in her bathroom.
Ooh.
So the story is a mystery.
Okay.
And
Don't
it's
give
basically
everything
fiction.
Right.
It's basically figuring out what happened to Sarah, how did she really die. People tried to say that it was a suicide case, but Candace tends to think otherwise, and she's just running around basically trying to put the puzzle pieces together of what really happened to Sarah.
Wow, you have a good imagination.
That's what's up.
That's pretty deep.
Right.
Thank you.
That's pretty deep right there. So your book,
Yes.
where can, so like is your book on Amazon? Or
Yes, you can order it on.
Amazon. Make sure you order it on Amazon. But it's Paige. Yeah, she's a Lincoln student, advancing the legacy. So Paige, what's your major? For
My
those who
major
don't know.
is print and broadcast journalism in the mass communications department, the
Mass
best department
comms.
on campus.
Thank you.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh, thank you.
None of that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. We all appreciate that. Mass comm is taking over slowly but slowly. So
They
Paige,
think they are.
is there any books in the future that we see right now? Is there a part 2 to the Secret Shadows?
I wouldn't say that there's a part 2 to Secret Shadows, but I would absolutely say that this isn't the last book. This is something that I want to do for a long time, for years to come. Another book will probably be happening the next year or so, probably after I graduate from Lincoln. So
Maybe your book can be like in a bookstore. Have you talked to them about that? You should go to the bookstore and like, I just published a book, blah, blah, blah. You need to do it.
Right.
actually, I have spoke with Barnes and Noble, and they said that it's a possibility that Secret Shadows can be on the shelf by May, so that's soon. So I'm looking
Right.
forward to that.
Congrats.
That's what's
That's
up.
big.
Yes.
So Paige, where are you from?
Thank you. I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
You're from Pittsburgh. So you're originally from Pittsburgh?
Yes.
You have
Born
such
and
a
raised.
southern accent.
Yeah.
A southern.
Pittsburgh is not the South.
I know. It's like we're like that. You have such a southern. I'm like, yeah, she is a southern lady, a southern belle.
Oh, man.
So Paige, Secret Shadows, on the name. Where did it come from?
I wanted to come up with a name that was catchy and that described what was going on in the book and the mystery and everything like that. But at the same time, I didn't want it to give any details away. I wanted it to be, if you're walking through the aisles of Barnes and Noble and you see Secret Shadows, I wanted it to grab your attention. Like, I wonder what this book is about.
It's a secret.
It's a secret.
That's a good
You gotta
thing.
read it to find out.
What age group is this for? Or is it just for anyone?
I would say that it's geared towards people around that, like, you can start reading it at age 15, 16 and above.
Oh, okay.
It's something that I feel is for all audiences and everyone can enjoy.
So that's cool. And that's really when people really start going out, buying books on their own and really, venturing out into different areas of the library and everything. So that's what's up.
That's what's up.
Right. Because I know when I got to high school, that's when I started going to get my books. So
that's good.
Maybe.
And then the most time where people start buying books is book sales are at its peak in the summertime when people are traveling on planes and things like that. So I wanted it to be published in the summertime.
Yeah, this book, everybody please read Paige book, Secret Shadows. And Paige, before we get you out of here, tell us something about you or the book that we don't know. Because you do so much on campus right now. So what's something that we don't know about Paige Mitchell?
Okay. Something that people don't know about Paige is that
she gotta think like
I don't know. But I can't say anything about the book because everybody knows I'm a passionate writer. But something that people don't know about me is that I never saw myself coming to college. Where I am today, I never seen myself being at all. College was not a part of the direction that I wanted to go in during high school. But Lincoln University wanted me. I'm here, and I'm happy to be here. And I feel like this was one of the best decisions that I ever made in my entire life.
That's great.
That's what's up.
That's what's up. Yes, because I want to. If I listen, Paige, I'm like my first time saying you, I'm like, okay, Paige, she's this girl. She's gonna had hopes of coming to college since she was probably 1 year old, and know something that she wasn't thinking about until. That's good.
Thank you.
That's good. Well, Paige, congrats again on your book. Keep up the good work. Hope to hear some more stuff from you soon.
Thank you.
So, one more thing before you get you out there. Please say your Twitter name and Facebook. Where can we reach you at? Tweet you, Facebook you.
Okay, absolutely. You can reach me on Facebook at Paige Mitchell. On Twitter, my name is at Pretty Paige, K as in kite, and I also have my own personal website. It's wix.com, wix.com, Mitchell Paige K /Paige.
I'm gonna post up my Tumblr page and my Facebook and my Twitter for you to check it out because that was a little lot. But I'm gonna post it for everybody out there so you can get to know Paige and the Secret Shadows. Paige, thank you again, and we'll be back after this quick break.
Thank you.